Hey everybody, it's Mike, aka That Resell Guy. Today is day 3 in my 5 straight days of videos. What am I talking about? You didn't watch the videos last couple days? Well, you're gonna have to watch the rest of the video to figure it out. Let's get going. Okay, so just to reiterate, for some of you may already know what's going on, but for those of you watching for the first time this week, I'm doing 5 straight days of video. This is day 3, and I'm doing a giveaway contest. So you need to put a comment in the video from every day this week. I see some of you put comments in the video yesterday, but didn't do it in Monday's video. So go back, check that video. I think there's only about 3 or 4 people that have put it in both videos so far. And I'm gonna do a giveaway on Monday for people that did it all 5 days. So I'm trying to, get y'all to get interactive. Put some comments down below. Hit the thumbs up. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. That helps me out a ton. And I think I'm putting out some good videos too. So I hope you watch Mondays and Tuesdays if you haven't already. Now, what's going on today? Today is a little bit interesting. I went out to my antique booth. My plan was to go out there and just do a review of my antique booth, show you what it looks like when I first walk in, when it's kind of all destroyed and things are missing and moved all over the place and items from other booths are in mine, and then what I took in there, and then kind of what I did at the end, what it looks like when I get it all cleaned up, and kind of review some areas of my booth, areas that are doing well in sales and other areas of the booth that aren't doing well. But had a little hiccup today. Unfortunately, you can't tell, I had some steam coming off my head after I found out what was going on. Let me insert that footage. Okay, I'm here at my booth, and I always like to show how destroyed things can be after I get here, after not being here for, a week to 10 days. So first off, I'm gonna point out, and this is weird, I gotta do some figuring out here. Normally, I have 2 of these 3-row box of cards in them, and you see, cards are just sitting all loose here. There's like no cards in here, so unless somebody bought all the cards, there's another stack sitting here. I don't know where they all are. So either I sold a ton of cards or somebody took that whole box and moved it somewhere else. I got some figuring out to do. You see, I had some card packs up here. I had a bunch of rack packs up here. Those, every single one are sold. That's crazy that every one of those is gone. Let's see what else is a little bit messed up here. You can see I got somebody's flintlock in here. This does not belong to this booth. This actually belongs to someone else's booth. This is actually pretty heavy. This is kind of cool. If you like this kind of stuff, this is neat. But yeah, there's all kinds of stuff. There's somebody's papers right here, a whole stack of Book of Gospels or something. Let's see what else is messed up. So normally I have figures here. Somebody decided that the figure goes up here and didn't put it back on the right shelf. Let's see, what else is messed up? Well, these are kind of just stacked around. That's not where I had them, but somebody put them there. That's actually okay. Man, this is cleared out. There is like nothing up here compared to what used to be up here. Still got a lot of figures. This area is kind of messy. I mean, if you knew what it looked like before, like that was down here at the bottom and some other stuff has moved around. But there's a lot of stuff missing. I got to get it cleaned up and stocked up. I got all my stuff right there ready to put in there. There's KK, my non-helper today. Okay, I hope the footage made sense. I know there was music being played. I was talking a little bit, so I'm not sure how that's all going to work out because I haven't actually inserted that video yet. It's the magic of doing these videos. I do it all later, but I act like I just did it now. So what happened? I'll describe it. I walked into my antique booth. The first thing I noticed, because the first thing that I always check out and what's the messiest is where I keep all the individual sports cards. As I walk down the aisle, I turn to the left. Right there should be 4 boxes of sports cards. 2 3-row boxes and 2 2-row boxes. 2 of the boxes were missing. There was cards kind of just sitting in stacks kind of all over the place. Very confusing. So I looked around the booth, thought maybe somebody just misplaced the box, took it, set it down and was looking through things. Couldn't find the box anywhere. So my next thought was that maybe somebody bought a ton of cards or a ton of the sets, put them all in the box, took it up to the register, and bought it that way. And that still is a possibility. I'm not going to completely rule that out, but it's highly unlikely. The third is that somebody took the box, went to one of the areas where they have some tables and chairs so they could sit down and comfortably look through the box, take a little time and get the ones that they wanted, and then maybe didn't put it back where it was supposed to be. Now, as I'm trying to figure all these things out, I said, well, I'll worry about this later. Let me get my booth cleaned up. I'm going to get everything stocked, ready to go. Then once I'm ready to leave, I'm going to talk to a couple of the employees that I know pretty well and let them know what's going on. One of them knows my booth really well. She stops in there all the time. She's looking for San Francisco Giants items and other collectibles that she may want to buy. So she knew exactly what I was talking about when I was talking about those sports card boxes. And she even said, I noticed that 2 were missing this morning. When were you in last? Well, it's been about 10 days since I've been to my antique booth. Unfortunately, that kind of leaves a wide gap as to when something could have happened. Although today was the first day that she actually noticed, so it probably has happened within the last couple days. So what I decided to do was walk through the entire store. Now, if you've ever been to the Brass Armadillo or any big antique mall, it is massive. There are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of booths there. I walked up and down every single aisle, through every open display case. I walked the upstairs area. It was not to be found. A couple of the other employees were walking around looking as well. They couldn't find anything either. So in this case, what I had to do was fill out a loss form, basically showing or stating that items from my booth were missing. They can go back and check their cameras. I guess they hold the video for up to like 14 days. Now, I don't know if anything's going to show on the video camera. I don't know if my aisle has a good camera. I don't know if they only check the front door. I don't know if anything is going to come out of it. So one of a couple of things. Either it is displaced somewhere in the antique mall and we just couldn't find it today and it will turn up and all of a sudden I'll have a bunch more cards in my booth. Rewind just a little bit. The box, it probably has 300 cards in it, I would say, just by kind of guessing how many cards were in there before. So you're talking, even if they were just $1 a piece, that's $300 worth of inventory that was taken out of my booth. Okay, now, next option is that, yeah, somebody just picked up a couple boxes and somehow was able to just walk out the front door unnoticed. It seems unlikely. If you've ever held 2 big boxes of cards in top loaders, it's heavy. It's got to weigh 20 to 30 pounds probably to hold those boxes together. So I'm not saying that's impossible, but something happened. I don't know if I'll hear back from them today, tomorrow, a week, or never until I go in the next time. But when I hear something, if there's any more info in this mystery, I'll let you guys know. But I'm a little irritated, but if you guys know me, I don't let things bother me. Here's why, okay? So let's say I lost $300 worth of inventory today. It's possible. That's where I lost. Now, I just checked my invoices. So I picked up a couple invoices. I picked up a check today, and then I picked up what's sold over the last couple weeks. Now, this sales is from the 19th through the 28th. So we're talking 9 days in the pay period. There's basically 14 days on every check. So far, just in these days, I have sold, I calculated out $188 worth of sports cards out of those boxes. So here's Mr. Brightside of the whole thing. If someone had taken one of those whole boxes of cards up to the front desk, had them call me and say, hey, will he take $200 for this whole box of cards? I would have said, absolutely. So my bright side is I've sold $200 worth of cards just in the last 10 days or whatever the math was. I can't be mad about this. I'm mad, but why stress over it? So yeah, I hope the cards reappear. I really do. I hope there's not some schmuck out there that's stole these cards and walked out the front door with them. So I'm going to take some preventative measures in the future so this doesn't happen again. When I do that, I'll show that to you as well. But instead of having this really cool antique booth review and going over all this stuff, instead it's about protecting yourself if you're in the retail world. I know some of you have antique booths, but I take a lot of measures to make sure things don't get stolen, or at least stolen that often. I shrink wrap items. I tape items up. I do everything that I can do. Just, unfortunately, there are a-holes out there that are willing to go in there and take items from you that don't belong to them. So I'm going to wrap it up at this. I hope y'all understand what's going on, in that if you have an antique booth, do whatever you can to protect yourself. Talk to the employees. The more you know them, the more they'll look out for your stuff too, and have a little concern as well. So that's it. Thanks everybody for watching. Leave your comments down below. I want y'all to get entered into the drawing. Again, videos coming out tomorrow and Friday as well. So thank y'all for watching. I'll see you next time.